Okay, so let me ask you this question. I know that you use a lot of videos in your marketing efforts. So, for those that aren't using enough video or aren't using video, I'd like to just sort of have you give your view on why videos work and maybe even persuade those that are listening, if you do think that it is a critically valuable function in modern era marketing, why the listeners need to start using more video in their marketing as well. So, talk to us about the advantages to video over other marketing mediums.
Well, the advantages to video are huge, so we could go on about that forever. But out of courtesy to our listeners, I won't. I'll tell you the biggest one. So first of all, right now, because there's so many choices out there, I mean, the internet is here, and you can find anything about anything you want to ever. I mean, if you want to buy like a solid gold clothespin, there's probably a million places to get one. You know what I mean? So what's happening is people are becoming more insulated, and they're wanting to do business only with people they feel like they know, like, and trust. So video allows you to create that bond with them relatively quickly. They can see you, they can hear you, you can look into their eyes through the camera, they can know that you're not, a serial killer or whatever. And so that's like the obvious benefit to it, is that you can really begin to create that relationship, or at least the perception of a relationship, through video. And by the way, I mean, we're conditioned to think that anyone that we see on a screen is somehow good, because look at the way we treat movie stars and look at the way we treat television stars. We're like, oh my gosh, that person's been on a screen somewhere, so they're a celebrity, and therefore we must do what they say. Well, that's hardwired in our brains, so we might as well ethically take advantage of that for marketing purposes. So that's kind of obvious reason number one for using video. The reason number two is that it's faster and more effective than sitting down and writing an ad. So our choices in terms of delivering a sales presentation to an audience, we really have two methods, and as it pertains to not physically talking to them, So we can write a letter to them, write a sales letter, or we can shoot a video. Well, 99% of the people, when faced with a blank piece of paper on which to write an ad or write anything, will freeze up, because it'll take you right back to high school when you had the 5,000-word report due, and you were like, oh, God, man, I got to write this report, oh, hell. And you sit there, you sweat blood, and finally the thing is done, and you hand it in, and you get a C+, and you're happy. You know what I mean? So video eliminates that. With a video, you can simply have someone hold a camera, and the great thing about online is it all kind of looks the same. Like a video shot with your iPhone, if you light it properly, looks just as good as a video shot with a $20,000 camera, So you can have someone hold a camera up to you, and you can simply deliver a 3-step sales presentation, which is easy. Step number one, you say, here's what I got. Step number two is you say, here's what it'll do for you. And step number three, you say, here's what I want you to do next. And that's a lot easier and faster than writing sales letters.